Hi, I'm Dave for General Equipment Company, and today, in this segment, we'll show you the basic steps of how to attach an auger to the power head of the 332H or 348H EPIC series hole digger. We'll also show you how to operate the unit once the auger is attached. From an application standpoint, the 332H and 348H hole digger are intended to dig holes in a variety of soils from sandy loams to hard caliche for such things as building a fence or deck. The machines are designed to be operated by two physically capable adults. For that reason, no minors should be allowed to operate either unit. Make sure clothing is sturdy, snug-fitting, but allows for freedom of movement. Never wear shorts, tennis shoes, or loose-fitting clothing that can become caught on controls or moving parts when digging. Finally, it is very important that you call the appropriate service program in your area to locate and mark all underground utilities before digging any holes. The tools or gear you will need are the following: safety glasses, hearing protection, gloves, sturdy boots. With that, let's get things rolling and attach the auger to the power head. First, set the hole digger power head on the ground with the top of the engine facing up. Second, face the power head on one of the long sides and have a second person tilt the power head up so the spark plug end of the engine is facing up. Next, slide the auger hub onto the drive shaft located on the bottom side of the power head, then let the assembly rest on the operator handles and the end of the auger. From there, align the auger pin holes in the drive shaft and the auger hub. Finally, insert the factory-supplied auger pin into the hole and secure it by closing the safety pin. When ready, tilt the assembly up into a vertical position resting on the tip of the auger. So, before we cover the actual operation of the hole digger, let's talk about what a proper operator stance looks like. The stance itself is quite easy to perform for both the crew chief and the crew member that will be operating the machine together. First, position the hole digger so the crew chief's right hand operates the throttle control, and the left hand is on the left side operator handle grip. The crew member then faces the hole digger opposite the crew chief, placing his right hand on the right side operator handle grip and his left hand on the other grip. For both operators, use a firm, steady grip on each handle grip, cradling the grips between thumbs and forefingers. As digging progresses, keep your wrists as perpendicular to the handle grips as is possible. Next, place your feet a comfortable distance apart, approximately shoulder width, with the left foot slightly ahead of the right foot. Keep the left side operator handle as close as possible to your waist and leg to maximize leverage and control. While digging, keep both arms close to the upper body and your back as vertical as possible and bend your legs as needed to minimize stress. If done properly, you should not be standing anything like what is being shown now. With knowledge of a proper stance under your belt, let's cover how to properly start the hole digger with an auger attached. Note that when operating the hole digger, the crew chief and the crew member have different responsibilities. Both must be fully aware and acknowledge that they are ready and in full control of the machine plus any accessories. The crew chief's responsibilities are to operate the engine throttle control and to provide verbal commands. The crew member responsibilities are to operate the fuel tank on-off valve, choke lever, and the recoil starter. To operate the machine, place the hole digger vertically in the desired location and get into the proper operating stance. Before getting started, confirm that the auger lock handle pin is in the upper right, unlocked position. This ensures that the auger lock has not been activated and will not impede auger rotation while digging. Next, the crew member opens the fuel tank on-off valve to the on position. Moving forward, the crew chief then rotates the throttle control counterclockwise halfway while providing machine stability using both handle grips. Next, using the right hand, the crew member closes the engine choke by pulling it out to its outermost position. Finally, the crew member pulls the recoil starter slowly with either hand until resistance is felt, then gives a short, fast, steady pull allowing the starter rope to retract slowly. Repeat this until the engine starts. Note, more pulls may be required in cold weather. Here is an additional starter tip that can be of help. To prevent damage to the recoil starter, do not pull the starter rope out to its maximum length. With this, let's move on to the next step. After the engine is started, allow it to warm up properly. As the engine warms, the crew member opens the choke by pushing it into its innermost position to prevent the engine from stalling. Finally, the crew chief rotates the throttle control counterclockwise slowly, checking for proper clutch operation, excessive transmission noise, or vibrations as engine speed is increased. With the engine now ready to go, you can begin digging the hole. To do so, The crew chief rotates the throttle control counterclockwise to increase the engine speed. The auger will begin to turn once the engine reaches the initial clutch engagement speed. As the digging progresses, keep these tips in mind. Digging a hole is normally done by operating the engine at full speed. If you're digging in areas with known, buried obstructions such as rocks or roots, an accepted industry practice is to dig at an intermediate speed. This ensures a quicker release of the clutch if an obstruction is encountered. Use the proper operator stance and grip to counter any kickback generated by the digging process or when obstructions are encountered. Keep the left side operator handle against your hip and leg as you dig. In the process of digging the hole to the desired depth, do not dig until the power head touches the ground. If this happens, the auger can become stuck in the hole. Moving forward, follow the next 2 steps depending on whether more holes are to be dug or not. If more holes are required, when moving between holes, stop the hole digger by rotating the throttle control clockwise until the engine shuts off. From there, proceed to the next hole location and restart the engine following the steps previously covered in this video. If no additional holes are needed, stop the hole digger by rotating the throttle control clockwise until the engine shuts off. From there, disconnect the spark plug wire and turn the fuel tank on-off valve to the off position. Finally, disconnect the auger from the power head. That does it for this segment. Detailed safety instructions and information about what was covered is in the operator manual that came with the machine or in a copy of the manual located on our website at generalequip.com. If you have questions or need further assistance, please feel free to give us a call at 800-533-0524 or email us at support@generalequip.com. We are here to make you successful and will be glad to help you in any way possible.